Good evening again. We're going to do another little talk about World War II memorabilia and treasures that you can find in your home. Well, I'm going to talk to you today about air raid precautions, which is commonly known as ARP. If you remember seeing Warden Hodges on Dad's Army, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. Not the same colour as Warden Hodges, but we do have an early 1938 Air Raid Warden's helmet. That's what the W stands for on the front. And as you can see, this one was a repurposed infantry helmet because it was green. So obviously it was given over to the Air Raid Precautions Service. And then they painted it black and put the W on. If you get white stripes around here, it would denote the rank. When dating these wartime helmets, it's down here is where you want to be looking. This is on the liner, and this is where you'll have all your information, such as the date and the size of the helmet that you're looking at. A bit difficult for the camera to pick up on this one, but this one is 1940. Another place it will be dated can be stamped here, where the chin strap is attached. ARP wardens were identified on their overalls by the badge that says ARP. This stands for Air Raid Precautions. Most clothing will be identified by the buttons which bear the initials ARP. They changed over from the Air Raid Precautions through to the Civil Defence, which is this badge here, or you can have a black one with the letters CD on it, and they changed in 1940. And overalls with this insignia can be worth 80 to 120 because they were used after the war, and they were often worn out and used to do home jobs in, such as painting. So a lot of items, especially battle dress, were destroyed. And you can see the changes of the colour of the garment with the original blue to the washed out grey. Items not seen frequently are the warden's torches, very similar to designs of today, where you press the button at the top to turn the light on, coming in purples, greens and black. These torches could be worth 20 to 30 pounds each. They are a scarce item. Air Raid Precautions badges were a lapel badge designed to be used on suits to designate the status of the individual, and they also came in this box and this wrapping paper. These ones also would come in hallmarked solid silver. The difference between the two badges are the hallmarks, which is here, and no hallmarks on here. The silver Air Raid Precautions badge in the presentation box could be worth £40, whereas the one without, not being silver, is you commonly picked up between £5 and £10. Another common item to be found is the whistle. This was left over from the World War I trenches, and this one you can find with the ARP on, or you can find the different makers, or they can have police. They usually will have patent numbers on the top and dates. This one is a local one produced by Hudson & Co. in Bar Street of Birmingham. Another common item is the Sweethearts badge, £5 to £10. Here we have a series of cloth wardens badges with the Civil Defence cloth. These Civil Defence cloths are 10 to 20. The wardens badges you can still pick up for 5 to 10. A popular must-have for Air Raid Precautions personnel, or the wardens, was the identification cards of the silhouettes. So they'll be looking for the German bombers and identifying them. These recognition cards were made by a company called Valentine's. Valentine's made civilian postcards, and they come in many forms, and this one is a whole set. And the bane of the people going into the shelters when the air raid sirens were called is because of shrapnel. It wasn't because of the bombs being dropped, such as the incendiary bomb. This is the 2 kilo incendiary bomb. It was the shrapnel that was raining down. And it was the anti-aircraft shrapnel that we were firing, and it was exploding. So these bits of shrapnel from the casings would come down, and these were what were injuring and killing people. Not just the incendiary bomb. This particular incendiary bomb was dropped in Kidderminster and is perfectly safe and inert. It is worth approximately £200. And the cards, such as this set here, are worth approximately £50 to £60 a set. Follow for more likes and talks on World War II history. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that little talk on war memorabilia, and I'll be making more content for you to follow and enjoy with treasures from your home. If there's a particular set of items you would like me to talk about, please send me a message or comment below. Like, follow and subscribe. And I'll see you soon for the next edition of Treasures in Your Home.